Bingo! We've got it, as some new information was just leaked out of the administration, which is some good news for the low-income and fixed-income beneficiaries. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in this video. Let's get right into it. Alright, this is some good news, as some information was just leaked out of the administration, which will directly impact the low-income and fixed-income beneficiaries in a really good way. In fact, this will impact about 100 million Americans, and I do want to walk you through all the details about this, let you know what this means, as this will be impacting many of you right here in this community, and like I said, in a really good way. Therefore, let's jump into it and discuss all these details. However, really quickly before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video. I am your one and only daily advocate, and I'm doing research all day, every single day, and boiling it down into these short videos so that you can stay updated with everything going on right now during this very rapidly changing time. Information is hitting the wire every single day. There's new announcements, packages, proposals, checks, stimulus, benefits, all kinds of different things that continue to hit the wire, and I want to make sure that you know about it so you can grab any of these benefits that are coming due, as well as take advantage of any of these programs that are out there right now that you can get as a low-income or fixed-income beneficiary. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet so you don't miss any updates going forward. And let's get right into this. All right, so I do want to talk you through all the details about this because this is actually some pretty good stuff, and I want to tell you what this announcement actually means, or I should say, more like the leaking of this information prior to the official public announcement for all of us to hear. Now, here's the thing. We were supposed to be getting an announcement a few days ago on Monday. Guess what? The announcement never came. So, with that lack of announcement, we could kind of deduct that maybe this announcement would be coming sometime soon. Now, we don't know when this announcement will actually be publicly announced, but rather, we do know, based on the lack of the announcement, that it was supposed to be coming out this past Monday, and this new information that has just leaked out of the administration, we can already see their intentions, right? And again, this is some pretty good stuff right now, and it could lead to even bigger and better things going forward. But again, we can always discuss that a little bit later in this video, or in a separate video, but I do want to focus on the announcement that came out of the administration. All right, so here's what it comes down to. Over the last 2 years now, since early 2020, different laws and rules have been put in place to give the federal government as well as state governments and state agencies and all these different entities out there that send out benefits for the low-income and fixed-income beneficiaries, special privileges to send out enhanced benefits, to send out extra money, to send out all kinds of different things, as well as extend different benefits for the low-income and the fixed-income. Now, this has been in place for over 2 years now, since early 2020. In fact, January of 2020 is when it was put in place. Well, as of this time, we were rapidly approaching the expiration of all of these special privileges as a result of the Public Health Emergency Declaration that was put in place by the Health and Human Services Department of the United States. However, that is supposed to be expiring in mid-July. But check this out. We were supposed to be getting the announcement this past Monday to actually give us the announcement to say that it would be expiring officially in mid-July, because they said they'd be giving us a 60-day notice prior to the actual expiration of this. Well, guess what? We didn't get that announcement this past Friday. And here's what we just heard. The information that has just leaked out of the administration has confirmed, once again, yes, they will be extending the Public Health Emergency Declaration. Now, technically and usually, they come out usually a couple days before the expiration, and they say, oh yeah, because of the current circumstances, we're going to extend for another 90 days, or whatever, however long a period of time that they're going to do. Well, the information that has just come out, because they didn't give us the 60-day notice, has now come out saying that the administration will be extending, once again, the Public Health Emergency Declaration beyond July 15th. Now, okay, that's one piece of the puzzle. How does this impact the low income and the fixed income? Well, there's a few different reasons here. Let me lay this out for you. Number one, for those of you that receive SNAP benefits, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, otherwise known as food stamps, this is what allows you to continue getting the extra allotment each and every month. So there's about 32 or 33 states out there right now, as of this month alone, that are still sending out the extra enhanced benefit every single month to about 43 million beneficiaries that receive SNAP benefits. That's a good thing. Provided the public health emergency declaration is still in place, they can continue sending out that extra allotment. Well, now we already know it's going to be extended beyond July 15th. The word on the street is that it likely will be extended for another 90 days, which would bring us until, what is that, about October 15th? If I'm doing the math correctly, yeah, October 15th, if it is extended 90 days once again. So, wow, that's a pretty big deal right there. Next, so that is one reason why this is actually really good to stay in place. Next, they're also citing rising COVID cases, and some of these experts and the doctors out there that we've all heard of that have been talking here over the last 2 years or so that have been watching the whole COVID situation, they're actually anticipating a spike in COVID cases in the summer and going into the fall. In fact, just about a week ago, the administration came out and said, we need more money, otherwise we're going to see 100 million COVID cases later this year. Now, again, who knows if that's actually going to be accurate or not? That seems like a lot, considering that's about 1/3 of the population right here in the United States. However, that's what they've been citing. So as a result of all of this, COVID cases are starting to move up again, and rapidly rising cases, as well as the spikes that are expected coming later this summer and, of course, into the fall. They're actually going to extend this out. Now, remember, as long as this was also in place, this is also what helped get stimulus checks, right? Now, again, we can talk about that in a separate video. I don't want to make this video all about stimulus checks, but remember, the public health emergency declaration in place essentially means the country is in a little bit of a situation. As a result of that, it gives the federal government, it gives Congress, it gives the state governments special privileges to send out these extra benefits, as well as all kinds of different things on the state level. So this is something else we got to watch closely. But here's another reason why this is very important that is extended once again. That we just learned on Monday, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services came out and announced that 80 plus million people are receiving Medicaid services right now. By the way, this is a record. So this is between Medicaid and the CHIP program. There's over 80 million Americans that are currently receiving benefits. This is by far the biggest amount of people, the largest number of beneficiaries that have ever been on these programs collectively, 80 million people. Now here's the thing. As soon as the public health emergency declaration is allowed to expire, or if it were canceled early, which again, based on this announcement that was leaked out of the administration, it looks like it's not going to be expiring on July 15th, and it'll likely be extended out again. We don't know how long, but it looks like about 90 days. But here's the thing. When this does expire, who knows when, the longer the better, the longer out in the future the better. But here's the thing. The reports have been showing that about 15 million people will be losing Medicaid coverage practically immediately once the public health emergency declaration is allowed to expire. 15 million people out of the 80 million people, they'd be losing benefits practically immediately. That's scary for a lot of people. Because here's another thing too. Somebody that's receiving Medicaid benefits is low income, right? Whether they're low income or fixed income, they're receiving benefits because they're low income. As a result of that, do you think somebody who maybe gets benefits from Medicaid probably doesn't have a lot of extra money right now to probably spend on medical bills or healthcare premiums? That's why Medicaid has stepped in to help all these individuals. In the event that this coverage lapses or is expired, or these people are no longer able to get coverage from Medicaid, then unfortunately we got 15 million people that have, not getting coverage anymore. Not a good situation, right? So that's another very important aspect of this public health emergency declaration that would still be put in place. Good stuff. So anyway, this information did come out of the administration. And again, still kind of waiting for a public announcement on this. But I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't anticipate probably a public announcement on this information and the extension of this probably sometime until maybe early July. The reason I say that is usually, historically, what they've done over the last several times that they've extended this out is they come in usually about 2 days before the expiration, maybe 3 days before the expiration of it, and they say, we're going to extend for 90 more days. So if it's set to expire right now as of July 15th, that means that we could probably hear an announcement maybe around July 10th, July 12th, somewhere in that range, around there. So we've still got a ways to go here. So who knows when they're actually going to come out and publicly announce this, but based on the information, what they've done in the past, I'd kind of anticipate that's maybe when the announcement will come. So Anyway, this is good stuff. Again, this is going to impact mostly the low income and the fixed income because of all of these special privileges as far as the SNAP program, as well as healthcare coverage between the CHIP program and, of course, Medicaid. And for those of you who are on Medicare, again, about 63 million people on Medicare, there is a little bit in there for you as well. Let me throw this out there for you just in case you're wondering. I know that some of you may not care about this, but I'll tell you anyway. Here's what it comes down to. As of right now, provided the public health emergency declaration is still in place, you can still go out and buy COVID tests at your local pharmacy, things like this, and Medicare will pay for them. However, in the event the public health emergency declaration expires, then Medicare will no longer pay for COVID tests. However, as I just announced yesterday, the administration has now come out once again, and they've opened up the website, and you can now get 8 free COVID tests if you're interested in doing so at the website covidtests.gov. Again, covidtests.gov. If you want to get free tests right there, you can now get 8 of them. They just opened that up, and they just announced that yesterday, as I talked about in one of the videos from yesterday as well. Anyway, it's some pretty good stuff. This does directly impact the low income and fixed income. So anytime I find announcements like this, I like to bring it to you, lay it all out, and let you know what is actually going on. So again, hope you're having a nice day so far. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other 2,500 videos right here on the channel. Thanks again. I truly do appreciate it. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later in the next update.